Let's go next to, I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly. Is it Kian in Queens or is it Kian?
Hi, it's Kyan.
Kian. All right. All right. So the first one was wrong, but I got it right on the second try.
Right, good job.
What's going on?
I love your show, and I have two questions.
Sure.
The first one is about my prediction that Kamala Harris will be running in 2024 and probably nominating Pete as her VP if she decides that his sexual orientation is not a risk.
Okay.
But anyway, I think that Kamala is smart enough to know that her and Biden cannot piss off the progressives during their term. And otherwise, the turnout in 2024 would be, if it's even just 5% lower, it could be detrimental to her chances. So my instinct tells me that she would push Biden to do a few more things that would make progressives happy so that she can tout her accomplishments during her presidential run next time. So, for example, student loan forgiveness would be one thing that I would think that she would be pushing because I don't see really any negative to Biden, increasing his idea about, I guess it's 10,000 he wants to forgive now, but I don't see any negative to him increasing that. And I just think that all the people that would feel the relief from that student loan forgiveness would remember in 2024, and they would be more excited and have a reason to actually come out to vote for her.
So a few thoughts on that.
A
few thoughts on that. A couple different things. Number one, remember, Joe Biden can't get a lot of the things done. I don't actually think Joe Biden can do even this student loan thing if he doesn't get control of the Senate. I just don't know. I don't believe you can do that via executive order. And I don't see how he gets student loan forgiveness done without Democrats controlling the Senate. So it's very important to understand that a lot of what you're talking about is very nuanced and important and reasonable. But it's not simply up to, does Kamala make sure Joe Biden throws some bones to progressives to help him or her in 2024? It's not just up to Kamala convincing Joe Biden. There's realities here where without the Senate, I don't see how any of this stuff gets done. That's sort of like number one. Number two, I do agree. And, there was this earlier caller about how do progressives keep Biden accountable? If Democrats take the Senate, the way they keep Biden accountable is Biden can't afford to lose a single Democratic vote in the Senate. And that includes Joe Manchin as much as it includes Bernie Sanders. So I think that's the answer to that piece. But a lot of what you're saying is spot on, except it's not up to Kamala to convince Joe because it's legislatively difficult without the Senate.
Okay. Thanks. And I have a second question. Related to Nina Turner, and she recently announced that she's running for Ohio's 11th district.
Okay.
So I feel really excited about this opportunity, having at least one more non-corrupt person in Congress. And I feel the same way that I felt when Cenk Uygur from TYT ran for a seat in California. So when Cenk ran, he announced his candidacy, I was so hopeful, and I was almost certain that he would pull out a win, given his national profile and support from across the nation. And so as you may know, and your viewers might know, that Cenk got trounced by the establishment candidate in California, and that really surprised me. So do you see any similarities with Nina's candidacy, where it looks like she would be a shoo-in with such a national profile and lots of grassroots funding available to her, yet
I really don't know. To be perfectly frank, I don't know enough about that district, and I don't know enough about the level to which Nina is known nationally. I know about her, and I know she appears on national media with relative frequency. I just don't have all the information. It might be a similar situation to Cenk, or she might end up, wiping the floor in the 11th in Ohio. I just don't know enough to be able to say about that district.
Okay, well, I'll just remain hopeful about both issues, with Kamala trying to push Biden and Nina hopefully eking out a win. And thank you for your time, and I enjoy your show.
Thank you. I appreciate the call. And it seemed to quote myself on previous calls, it seems like there's a lot going on there. So I'm going to let you go. But I really do appreciate the call.